guys, Ash here coming at you today with another Raid Shadow Legends Champion Guide. Today we're going to take a look at a popular request here on the channel. A few of you guys have been asking for a guide on Inithwe Bloodtwin. RM says, I'm surprised Ithui has not gotten a video yet. Well, dude, I've only been doing it for like 2 weeks now. I remember in a previous video you seemed excited to make a video showcasing him. Not sure about everyone else, but I'm definitely interested and looking forward to see whenever you do. So, RM, ask and you shall receive, my friend. I'm going to show you, I don't know, sometimes I throw around the word, like the word, excuse me, or the phrase, world's strongest. I don't really know. I'm sure there's some, oil tycoon out there or something with a stronger, fully ascended, +4 Inithwe Bloodtwin. I have him +3, 5-star ascended. This dude is a beast. So today we're going to highlight him in the arena for you guys, trying to do a nice mix of free-to-play, rares, uncommons, even some common champions on the channel, and every so often we're going to sprinkle in an absolute Kraken whale special like today. So Inithwe Bloodtwin, and I'm also going to check to see if there's any lore on my man Inithwe, but first, what does he do? Well, his claim to fame, I want to start with a passive, okay? Final Doom. Heals his champion by 30% of their max HP every time they kill an enemy. Who cares? It's really about this next one. Enemies killed by this champion cannot be revived. This is cool for 2 reasons. Number 1 is, on all his abilities, it's deny revival. Every single one. The other one is it synergizes, unlike most death denial abilities, it synergizes with Soul Reap. Meaning when you have this dude ascended, anytime that Reaper comes in and kills the enemy, it's going to block revival because the way it's worded, enemies killed by this champion, even though it's the Soul Reaper, technically, anybody he kills straight up from that passive is going to have the block revival. Most champions with block revival, such as Foley, right? Foley probably is close to the world's strongest here, probably my strongest champion on the account, but he has this ability, enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived, and that's how it is, I want to say in the majority, if not all of the block revivals in the game. In Ithui, though, it's on the passive, killed by this enemy. So for this champion, I have him Brimstone right now, but if he had Soul Reaper on him, it is not going to work, right? It's not going to work in terms of getting blocking the revival on the Sealed Fate ability if the Reaper comes in and kills. So on an Ithui, you're going to see it will work on Soul Reap. What did I call it before? Soul Reaper? Anyway, his A1. Vitality Censure. Attacks one enemy, destroys target's max HP by 30% of the damage inflicted. On the A2, No Mercy. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Damage increases equal to the percentage of HP the target has lost. On the A3, Tormenting Whispers. It's got a buff semi-recently. I want to say about 6 months from the time of this recording ago. Attacks all enemies 100% leech debuff for 2 turns. Excuse me, they upped the multipliers on this ability. We'll take a look at those in just a moment here. He also has attack in arena battles, or on all battles, excuse me, by 33%. On the Masteries for this champion, we have him in an arena nuker build. Now, this is a champion you can get tons of utility on in, like, Ice Golem's Peak. Obviously, he's amazing for killing minions and keeping them dead. With his, it doesn't matter which skill he kills them on. So Ice Golem specifically is going to be a beast, but really any boss with minions. This is my favorite build for him in terms of masteries. It's going to be defense and offense. We're going to come down, pick up Retribution, a chance to start counterattacking with that hard-hitting A1. And remember, if he counterattacks and kills somebody, they're never coming back. On the offensive tree, we come down here with Ruthless Ambush. You guys know it. We said it here a dozen times now on the channel already. These are my preferred arena masteries. I will say that on him, we have Stoked to Fury. Damage increases by 4% for each debuff on this champion. Usually, I like to go with Blood Shield. Either way, I think you're totally fine. We ended off with Helm Smasher for more ignored defense as our tier 6 option. Ruthless Ambush, obviously 8% for the first hit on enemies and bring it down. All going to be imperative for this champion to get that maximal damage value. His multipliers are good, but they're not insane. And that basically offsets the fact that, well, he has that amazing passive, okay? So these are my favorite masteries for him. Of course, he does have that leech, so you could come in here and go support tree for more accuracy, but unless you're just building him for maybe early game PvE content, just for Ice Golem, you really would depend on that leech for heals. Otherwise, I wouldn't put a massive emphasis on accuracy on this champion. It's a nice to have, but not mandatory to really take advantage of where this champion really shines. And again, that is the arena. So today we have him in a slow build. So there's a couple different ways to build this champion. You know me, I really like my nukers now on a go second team on a slow build, right? So protect him with somebody with a bolster set, for example. Set the table. He comes in and just kills everybody. Also good with ally attack champions because even that A1, kind of like Fenax, right? It's a hard-hitting ability that they ignore or will not allow them to be revived, blocks revival. So the slow build, if it doesn't work for you, I want to say this out the gate here. If you're just going to use an Inithwe Bloodtwin as like a speed arena nuker, that's totally fine, but just put speed on the boots. So that would be the only difference on this build that I'm going to show you. The reason, again, just to kind of reiterate, if you're going for a speed team in the arena, I'd almost rather use, a champion like Genbo the Dishonored, honestly, than an Inithwe Bloodtwin. But if you're going for a go second team, I think he's one of the most powerful because as long as you can keep him alive or revive him, it's just a matter of time before he starts killing people and they can never be revived again. And to me, that captures the real inherent value and I guess the specialty of this champion. So what do we have for gear here, guys? We have a cruel and a lethal set. That's going to be 30% ignore defense on top of Helm Smasher. That's really, really nice. If you can get it on your nuker, cruel and lethal, I mean, that's the coup de grace. That's the creme de la creme in terms of the damage potential in the arena. We have attack, obviously, maximizing attack on this champion, attack with attack substats on the ring. We have crit damage on the amulet. We have more attack on the banner. The banner's not that great, honestly. We could really go for at least a double roll of attack as a substat here. We don't care that much about speed, but, we don't want him super slow, I mean, getting a little bit of speed is not the end of the world in this champion. His base attack is 1729. That is, I think, second or third highest in the entire game, so it scales incredibly well. So we really are looking for attack percentage as substats on this champion. We have crit rate, attack percentage. We have crit rate, crit damage. We have crit rate, crit damage again. We have a crit damage on the gauntlets with crit rate again in some attack 5 and 5, we'll take it. And then we have attack percentage on the chest, crit rate, crit damage, and we have attack percentage with crit rate on the boots. So let me see, do I have anything here worth? Not really. So the gear on this champion is good, but it's not as elite as some of my nukers. Like if we look at Trunda, her total stats 100, 312, 7500. When we look at Inithwe, he has more attack, 8225 because of that scalability, but his crit damage is a little bit lower, but keep in mind he's ignoring a little bit more defense. So that is the build that we're going to use him in. Again, I reiterate, guys, nothing wrong with going with speed on the boots if you want to get a little bit more speed out of this champion, but I'm going to show you him on a typical arena team that I use with this champion. I have all kinds of combinations. Let me go for some difficult teams. Basically, the most difficult teams I can find is what we're going to go after today. So do I have any teams already? Yes. So this is called the all-out defense, all-out offense, go second team. I just made that up. It's not really catchy, is it? We're going to go in, and now I have the Nutcracker, who doesn't block revive, but can ignore Stone Skin. And then I have Inithwe, and then I have two of the strongest supports in the game in Marichka, the Unbreakable, and Duchess there. So Duchess is in Stone Skin, Marichka is in Bolster, just trying to keep these dudes alive, right? So in these fights, on this particular team, it's usually Nutcracker who starts super strong, in that case, very strong, but you can see Soul Reap comes in, block revive. First example, perfect, right? Look at that, man. I mean, that team, that's a pretty strong team. We made it look like just absolute child's play, right? Really, really strong team. Is there anybody else? This team is actually, Rhonda is actually, if you've been sleeping on Rhonda in the arena, maybe I'll make a video on my main channel. She's unbelievable, and I'm not just saying that. She's incredible. All right, so we have lock out the skills and decrease attack on both of our nukers. So we're going to come, oh, and we lose Marichka. Uh-oh. But we get a counterattack. Destroy some max HP. Let's pick them back up. The funny thing is here, guys, it might have looked like, oh no, what's going on? This is bad. It's not bad at all because this is the power of these two support champions on a squad. It's really insane, guys. It really is because, well, you're going to see. it's just endless revivals, you know? They don't have a deny reviver on their team, and as long as they don't have like a Mortu Macabre on their team or another Inithwe Bloodtwin, I mean, it's very difficult to beat this team because when she dies, she's going to revive everybody else, right? And then we just keep basically waiting until we can finally get an attack in. So here we go. You can see now it's pretty much toast. We are going to... We could probably clear everybody with the A2, but we get an extra turn if we kill the enemy on the A1. So let's just take down Rhonda, and then we'll go in, see if we can kill them all with the A2, and we almost can. Let's just try the A2 ability here. Block revive. All right, so I got a little close towards the end, but still. All right, let's go for a harder team here. Let's go for a harder team. What do we have down here? This is a pretty tanky team, right? We've got the Pythion, we got the UDK, we got Mithrala, and we have Arbiter. Like, who's their damage dealer here is my question, but still, let's see how fast we can kill this team. They have a reviver. They have 2 revivers, which is perfect, right? This is where Inithwe really, really shines. The reason that we have Duchess here, again, is to, you know, partially to keep everybody alive, obviously, but also for that amazing perfect veil so that they can't be single target attacked, my 2 kind of fragile nukers here. So we can come right in here. None of them are under stone skin. That's pretty crazy. Let's just go ahead and try to pop off against my man UDK, and we get that done. Gonna come in here, A2. Dude, this is supposed to be an Inithwe spotlight, and Nutcracker's trying to steal the show. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's come over here. There it is. Block revive, right? I want to find, I'm gonna try to find an even tougher team. You can see the reviver goes, Inithwe goes in, block revive again. And it's just a matter of time. This is the power. Now, what if I went against like an OP Taurus, Marichka the Unbreakable, Mortu Macabre? Like, let's just say they have all these heavy hitters, or they have a debuff, you know, they have like a Madame Ceres or something on their team. First of all, I think we have some polymorph action on this team. We must. I'm sure Marichka has polymorph, so that's one way, like a Mighty Uko, to combat that. And Ithui, finish him. Finish him. Boom. There it is. Block revive. And you saw it in the Soul Reaper too. But what I would do is just take Nutcracker out and run another kind of tank, like a Siffy or something, a reviver, right? Guys, before the next arena match, I figured I'd give you the Inithwe Bloodtwin lore, and obviously it ties into his brother, Drextar Bloodtwin, as well. Let's see what the raid lore has to say about these characters. It is hard to say what type of kinship might exist between elementals, and yet Inithwe and Drextar Bloodtwins may indeed be considered brothers. Summoned from the same realm and bound to Siroth's cause, these beings of ancient power are terrifying opponents to face on their own, more so when fighting together. But where Drextar is fire and destruction, Inithwe is darkness, cold, ruthless, unrelenting. Encased in a suit of armor similar to that of his kindred and armed with a powerful great axe, Inithwe descends upon his foes with a fury unmatched. His very presence saps away the life force of those who would oppose him. And while his foes wither and weaken, Inithwe himself grows stronger, hence his A2 ability, feeding off their life's blood and regenerating whatever damage may have been inflicted upon his mortal form, the heal off the passive. Despite this terrifying power, some scholars theorize that a void elemental is not evil per se. It merely follows its nature. If this is true, it would be possible to turn that nature away from the perpetual wickedness of Siroth and put it to better use, serving the people of Teleria. So there you have it, guys. Interesting backstory. I would like to hear more about Drextar and Inithwe. On to the next arena match. Okay, let me try to find a team. Yeah, I need to push a little bit more for these videos, but we're just gonna keep looking until we find like a platinum viable team. Again, I want to go like for a really strong team. Gonna waste all my gems trying to look for one here. Okay. You know what? Here's one. Is this guy's name Alcoholic Rage? Am I making that up? Let's see. We'll see at the end, I guess. All right, so here we go. They've got the Siffy Rhodos combo. They've got 2 revivers, and they've got UDK. Now, this is a team that you'll see a ton of in Plat, you know? Very, very strong. So we're going to come in here again, and we're going to target, I mean, we can't do much here, so we're just going to A1, because it's going to be rerouted into UDK anyway. I guess we could have went with the ignore Stone Skin ability. I'm not sure if we would have finished him off there with all those buffs, but we'll do it next time around. Look, check this out, guys. We're going to go in with the A2. The first hit is going to be rerouted to Ultimate Death Knight, but let's see if 2 hits can kill the shielded Duchess. Ooh, she has Swift Parry. Okay, whatever. We would have been able to kill her and block revive. And the annoying thing, or the nice thing is normally against a squad like this, it can be a long and very, very annoying battle, right? Because of the double revive, right? And the UDK stealing all the single target hits. Now we should be able to kill UDK here, right? Let's see if we can. Boom. Yeah, we sure could. We sure could. Come back around AoE. And there we go. So the bummer here is they can revive UDK, and we're right back to where we started, right? And this is the whole issue when you don't have a champion like Inithwe. But you have a Inithwe, now we can come in with his A3 ability and hopefully kill at least one of the revivers, maybe 2. Let's boost that turn meter, come in with the A3, and block revive. Obviously, Rotos can't revive anyway, but that's the power of a squad like this. The double barrel nukage of Inithwe and Nutcracker. Let's take Nutcracker out and just run Inithwe, right? All right, let's do this squad here. Let's just run like I was saying, maybe a tankier squad. Normally I would put like Sify in there, but let's do Mithrala. Basically an increased defense, increased attack champion, right? We already have the increased attack on Duchess. But if you don't have Marichka, but you do have some of these other champions, I actually really like Raka Viletide. I think that the hate on her has gone like way too far, and I think she's actually, believe it or not, Rotos is not gonna be able to target Inithwe, so I don't really care about the decreased defense. If he had decreased attack, I would cleanse here, but I'd rather go with increased defense on the rest of the squad. Put the Hex on them as well, right? So now Inithwe's our only nuker on this squad. I guess I can come right back around and cleanse here. 2 cleansers on the team, that helps, right? So he's not going to be able to, with the Ally Protect from Krisk, he's not going to be able to kill anybody with the A3. Again, he's not the hardest hitter. We'll try out his A2, but he has Strengthen and increased defense. We still get him. Not bad. I didn't think we were going to get him there. But that's the power of all that attack, right? And the attack boots and whatnot. So let's just finish this one on auto. I mean, Mithrala is a very nice fit on this squad, right? Is she not? All the petrification, it's like, yeah, bye. You're dead. Lydia can be a pain because of she can revive, but look at that. Block revive on everybody. Let's finish things off by going against maybe a little bit less of a tanky team. They do have Sify, but I want to see that A3 and what it can do. And keep in mind, there's no debuffs. This is very important. I should have notated this in the very beginning, right? There's no debuffs on this squad, on any of these teams. So this is just pure damage coming from Inithwe, right? There's no decreased defense. There's no weaken on anybody, right? Maybe we should actually do that. Maybe we should run. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do one more battle. And then let's run. Let's do one more battle and run a debuffer before him. All right. So he dies early on there, but we're going to be A-okay. Got the increased attack now. We're ready to go. Raka Viletide, as I was saying earlier, I really like her. I built her recently. I've had her for a while, but I've actually started using her. I put her in a bolster set. Reason I like her is she has an increased attack and is it a shield or a cleanse? Let's go with the A3 here, see what we can do. Block revive, block revive, block revive. That's it. You're done. Sify, you can't do anything here. What is her A2? Is it a cleanse and an increased attack? I don't know. Having an increased attack and a shield or a cleanse, I forget which one it is, really powerful, right? There's not that many super strong revivers with increased attack other than Duchess. And I feel like Duchess gets compared kind of fairly but unfairly to her. Anyway, I'm talking about another video for another day here, but rest assured, I'm a big fan. All right, let's go against another like speed team here. right? This guy might... Now, if I was going to run him on a team like this, I would definitely make him a little bit faster. But let's just see what we can do. We're going to run him on a debuff squad instead. Keep in mind, he's very slow going against an incredibly fast team. I say that because they have Kymar and they have Lysandra. Luckily, we go first, which is nice, so we can come in here, put them to sleep. The idea here is not let them lap Lysandra. So let's go ahead and turn meter on Lysandra. And then now they have the debuffs. Let's see how much damage we can do with the A3. About 120 to 140k blocking revival, guys. There it is. That's the highlight of Inithwe Bloodtwin. Honestly, he's a champion that I didn't think much of for a long, long time, and now he's one of my favorite arena nukers inside the entire game. Again, he's not the hardest hitting, but because he's denying revival on everything, he's an absolute incredible beast and tool in your toolkit if you have him. You don't have to use all the champions that I used, obviously, but build some support around him and try him in that go second build. As long as you can keep him alive, he's eventually going to kill everybody and block their revivals. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.